Ma'am, when we hear about civil service exam and civil service preparation, the first thing that comes to our mind is IAS, IPS, right? And I'm sure that there is a lot of information on IAS, IPS in public domain. Can you shed some light on Indian Revenue Service as a career? How can an IRS officer contribute to society? If possible, can you share some of your personal experience also?
True. So, Indian Revenue Service in the UPSC, there are two streams of Indian Revenue Service. One is the income tax stream, and the other is customs and GST. So, those are two different services. Yeah. I belong to Indian Revenue Service income tax. So, I can share with you more things about income tax. For instance, so I'll talk about the things that people are not aware of as much. For instance, right now I'm sitting with you at 8 p.m. in the evening recording this conversation, which would not have been possible if I was an IS or an IPS officer. So I get free at 6 p.m. from work, and so the work-life balance is, I don't think you can have that work-life balance in any kind of job, be it private or government job in India. So you have fixed working hours. Saturdays, Sundays are off. And obviously, there are some days where you might need to extend. I'm not saying it's like a rigid 9 to 6 job, but I'm saying it's a primarily a fixed timing job, right? So you can give adequate time to your family, to your interests, to your hobbies, if you like to travel, to do that. First is that. Secondly, you'll never be posted in remote stations, unlike IS and IPS. Obviously, like they'll be posted in smaller districts, smaller towns, sub-districts, subdivisions. Whereas as an IRS officer, we always posted in big cities. For example, I'm in Chandigarh, Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, all of the big cities in entire country, you'll be posted there. So you'll never have any issues with transportation or availability or services, anything like that. So you'll always be posted in bigger cities. So this is the, this is like the profile of the work. But what we actually do is how you contribute to the society, to the service of the country is like this, that, to do any sort of nation building, we require resources. All the money that comes into the government's account is collected by an IRS, say a customs GST officer or an income tax officer. So, but we do not do this as literal tax collection, right? We do not go door to door to collect taxes. But what we do is we ensure everybody is paying the adequate amount of tax, firstly. So how do we do this? Either through people who file income tax returns, or say people who do not file returns or file income tax returns which are not correct.
Yes.
The raid department, income tax raid, everybody's heard of it. People must have watched the movie Raid by Ajay Devgan. So that is one another sphere that we do. And let me say this, the movie portrayed the raid pretty accurately. Obviously, that was from the probably 80s, or I don't know, it was a few decades ago. But that is still how it happens, and people do avoid taxes. So by this tax collection, we contribute to the resources of this country. Now, this is the tax aspect of it. And otherwise, if somebody wants to experiment or say have experience of other fields, you can always go on deputation in other ministries. So say you want to go into environment, so you can always go to Ministry of Environment, you can go to Ministry of Water Resources, or you can go on deputation to any ministry. Ministry of Finance is obviously your ministry, but you can go to DOPT, anything, health ministry. So my point is your canvas is open, right? You can be anywhere where you want to, but your primary job is to ensure tax administration. So you are administrating tax, not literally collecting, but you're ensuring that people in this country are paying the due taxes and in the correct methods, right? So that is, I would say, how we do it. And then obviously it always involves monitoring, control of, you will have staff posted under you, will have officers posted below you. So that is part of the administration, wherein you will have to manage your office. So you'll obviously the head of your office, and you'll be managing your office. So that is obviously every officer will be part of it. So that is one aspect of the IRS. But I think this is what the IRS is about.